So as we get closer to tax time, I'm going to be bringing you guys even more content. But I wanted to bring you this piece of information because it does give some good illustrative points to the fact that you will, right here, quote, be playing with fire if you do not report crypto taxes, okay? There's a lot of uncertainty and, should I report this or should I report that? At the end of the day, this is not accounting or tax advice. You need to enlist the help of an expert in this matter. But my goal, real simply, can't get my words right, is to give you a little bit of insight into the process and give you just a little bit of give you some information. But again, definitely do your own due diligence and report it and check it out for yourself. Okay, so right here, there's a question about, quote, virtual currency on the front page of your tax return, making it clear you need to disclose crypto activity. So it is going to be there. There's literally going to be a question: were you involved in virtual currency? Yes or no. All right. If you don't report it, transactions, you can face an IRS and you may be hit with interest, penalties, or even criminal charges. Here's where I'm at on this, and this is how I look at this. Let's say that you made $1,000 in crypto profits, and whatever the number is. Okay, let's just say that's how much you made. If you don't disclose it, and you do get audited, okay, and let's say that was 5 years from now or 3 years from now, because they may, that audit may not happen next year. It might happen 2 or 3 years from now. Then what you may not know is that you will, if they discover that you in fact did make $1,000 in, say, crypto taxes this year, then you'll be hit with interest and penalties over that 3 years. Okay, it adds up. Okay, and that's how I look at it. I'm like, the taxes that I would have had to pay on that $1,000 profit are not worth the risk, in my opinion, to that multi-year interest and penalty charge, or penalties, if you will, right? That's how I look at it. All right. So again, I don't know if that helps you or not, but that's always how I've looked at it. All right. Kind of moving down here, I want to show you this right here. Okay, so the IRS has made it clear right here that with a yes or no question about virtual currency near the top of the page, you must disclose this, right? Okay, and so if you don't disclose it, then they can say that you lied, and you could, they can say that, hey, you didn't disclose this. Okay. And so now let's kind of switch over to like, how do they work? So you can think of this way, like there's a thing called capital gains taxes. And basically capital gains taxes mean that if you held an asset for more than 1 year, then you can it qualifies for capital gains. And here's the actual rates right here. So let's just paint an example. Let's say that you bought Cardano, and you bought Cardano in December of 2020, okay? And then you sold that Cardano in, let's say you bought it on December 1, 2020. Let's make it easy, okay? And then you sold that Cardano on December 10th, 2021. Well, you held that Cardano for more than a year. Okay, so that makes it where it qualifies for capital gains. Okay, and in that scenario, dependent upon your filing status, if you're a single filer or if you're a married filer, right here, then this is your taxable income bracket. So like, let's say that year you made between $40,400 and this much larger amount, then you would only owe 15% tax on that Cardano profit that you made because you held it over 1 year. Okay, so that's capital gains. If you didn't know that, that's what that is. Okay, and then if you're married, if you're filing jointly, these are your numbers, and if you're single, here's your numbers. Okay, all right. So that's kind of that scenario. Excuse me. But we all know that a lot of crypto investors sell or exchange more frequently, according to the survey, which I agree. Then you basically trigger short-term capital gains levied at regular income taxes up to 37%. So what this means is that, okay, basically what this is saying is that this paragraph right here, if you can see it highlighted, yeah, you can. This paragraph right here is saying that basically if you don't hold that Cardano, let's go back to our original scenario. Let's say you bought Cardano and then you bought it today, and then or let's say you bought it on November 1st, 2021, and you only held it for 2 weeks. All right, and you made a profit. All right, well then that profit is going to be subjected to up to 37%, dependent upon your tax bracket for 2021. All right, so here's your respective tax brackets. Now this is filing jointly. This particular chart right here. And this is filing for single individuals. So let's say that you're married, okay, and you make 85,000 in a year, then you're only basically 22% is what you would owe over that amount. Okay, so basically and that see how that number moves around. So if you make up to a certain amount, these are your respective taxable rates, your tax brackets, if you will. Okay, again, get professional accounting advice and then tax advice. I'm just making a video for you guys, just trying to give you a little bit of insight. And again, so if you're an individual, then that right there. Okay, on a final note here, real quickly, what happens if you don't report taxable activity? Crypto taxable activity. Okay, we've already talked about this. You may face an audit. You may incur interest penalties or even criminal charges, and it could be considered tax evasion or fraud. Which, I mean, come on, let's just is it really worth that? I mean, I don't really think it is. Okay, and I think that if they get their hooks into you, then you don't want that to happen. All right, so that's, again, I report everything, and it's it's not fun, but it is what it is. So again, I wanted to make this for you real quickly, just to kind of give you an example. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you still have to disclose everything, even if it was $100 profit. Yeah, guys, just disclose it. That's my 2 cents. I realize you may feel differently, but my attitude is I just don't want to play with fire, and I'm going to report it. So that's what I got for you on this one. Just, again, a real quick walk around the park a little bit, and about this taxable, the brackets and the rates and capital gains and things like that. And at the end of the day, you have to check that or not, if you were involved in crypto, then you have to check it on. All right, take it easy, guys. I'll see you. Thanks. Bye.